In our last video, we talked about the wall panel kit that you can get and all the different combinations and things you can do with each of the different pieces with that. Today, we're going to show off the sidewalk kit and how it works with the wall panel kit to make this even more stable and really enhance the Dioramas look for great outdoor shots, alley shots, any type of like sidewalk outside of the building facade. It really looks really good. So let's take a look at all the pieces that come with the sidewalk kit. We'll set this off to the side for right now, and we'll get back to that here in a few minutes. So here are all the different components that you get with the sidewalk kit. You'll get these sidewalk slabs. This is the 4x4 sidewalk slab. This is basically a 4U by 4U size, same as the 4U wall panel. And on the back side here, I'm just going to show it has all these little grooves and stuff cut into it. And that is primarily so you can run LED wiring underneath your sidewalk system. And it will then, it's basically channels to let you get all the way through underneath. One of the things we thought that a lot of people would like to do is be able to light up lamp posts and all sorts of different things out on the road. And just, it'd be really nice if we can find ways to channel those wires underneath the diorama so you don't have to figure that out for yourself. And that's exactly what we did here. We have all sorts of different options here for that. Now, you don't have to use any of that. It's just there for design. It doesn't take much to clean up, and if you really aren't going to ever use them, you can even leave some of the supports in there when you print these. So it's really not a big deal. But here is the sidewalk piece. As you can see, we printed the top in that Elegoo concrete color. It's like a marble concrete, which has little black lines and designs in it. It's pretty hard to see on camera, but I will try to show how there's these little black lines and specks and things, but it gives a really good concrete texture. I'm not sure how well that's showing up, but we have basically a 4x8 version of it. So this is an 8U wall size by a 4U wall size. And it has the same basic design. And then you have these sidewalk connectors here that go ahead and connect here. These are not the same as the wall connectors. These are thinner. And so that way we can keep the panels a little thinner. As you can see, you can even just using one, it holds on really, really good. But if you want to add in additionals for additional strength and just to keep the whole floor just really nice, you can do that. And you can see this is how you can then start building out your sidewalk system. Now, we need to have a way to make this sidewalk system interact with the wall system, and that's where the next pieces come in, and that's these wall support pieces. And so we have them in all the different sizes. We have the 2U. We have the 4U. We have two styles of the 8U. We have a regular 8U for the wall. And we have this 8U panel that we use for the doorway. So we'll just quickly pull the door panel over here. So if you want an actual door here or a wall, you can then just slot this in to the wall, and there you go. But if you want to use it for a doorway, then you take out the filler, and there you have your doorway. And so that will help you go ahead and get that connected and leave the space for the door to swing open properly, and the room for the trim to go around. All right. And in addition to this piece, we have the two corner pieces. One is for the outside corner. The small one is the outside corner, and the larger one is the inside corner. They also have connectors in between the wall supports, so that way you can connect the wall supports together for stability as you're using them, and so that way they stay together. All right, let's see. In addition to the actual support pieces that hold up the actual wall panels, we have these curb pieces to finish off the looks on the front edges for the curbs. They come in all the different sizes, 8U, 4U, 2U, and one for each corner type. Let's go ahead and put some of these things together. We'll use this wall example from before, and we'll go ahead and add these things together and see what it looks like. Okay, let's get started. Looks like I'm going to have my corner, and then I have an 8U piece here, so I'm just going to take my 8U. I'm just going to grab these connectors here, like that. And then we have an inside corner next, so we're just going to grab this and pop the inside corner on. And then we have a 4U panel over here, so we'll just grab this 4U piece here and go ahead and put that on. So now we have our layout and design here. Why don't we go ahead and add some sidewalk pieces while we're at it. Well, since I already have it in an L shape, maybe we'll go ahead and just start with this. So let's go ahead and add in a few of these sidewalk connectors here. Pop a couple of them on. You don't have to use all of them. You could put as many as you want or as few as you want. But here we go. Just go ahead and get this. I got this one in the wrong spot here. The inner corner doesn't have as many connection locations, so you'll just have to be a little thoughtful of that. There we go. And then here on the bottom, we'll just flip it up so you can see what's going on here. We'll go ahead and add one in here. We'll add one over here too, just for fun. And why don't we bring out another wall panel or a sidewalk piece here. We'll do another big one here. We'll add one here and add one here. And then I just pick them up, line them up, drop them on the top. You can just push right down, right onto the ground or your tabletop, whatever you're working on. And there you go. And then we can continue this onto the side here. So we'll go ahead and do one of these, do one of these. And there we go. So now we have sidewalks there. Let's go ahead and dress it up by adding in some curbs. So we have like the curb pieces here. The curbs use the same patterns. They use the same connectors. So we're just going to grab the curb here and stick it on. And as you can see, it really starts to look nice. You can go ahead and grab these. We'll grab this 8U one. And again, you don't have to put them in every spot. You absolutely can if you want to. And then here's a corner one. So we're just going to grab this outside corner here. And there we go. And we'll go ahead and do one over here as well. And why don't we grab one more outside corner. That way we can dress up this front edge a little bit. And that's where just having multiples of these pieces handy just comes in. It's just really nice to have them all ready to go. And here we go. Now, all we got to do, just go ahead and just drop our wall piece in place. It is much easier to connect the walls first and then drop them into the supports. That is definitely a good tip for you to know. And so we'll just kind of line up the inside corner here. Just line up the outside, push it on in. And there it is, all nice and connected. It's very sturdy now. And it helps if you kind of straighten up the connectors just from moving things around a little bit. And I probably should have flattened these out on the table a little bit more, but here we go. So as you can see, now we have our wall diorama. As you can see, it really dresses it up the wall significantly when doing this. Now these are 8mm thick. We've noticed that you could do like about 1.5 foam pieces of foam board, I believe, fits in here. So if you don't want to use these wall systems, but you still like the sidewalk system, you can get anything that you want that's 8mm thick and stick it in there and use it as a slot to hold up whatever wall system that you want to use. So if you have a specific type of styrofoam or something that you like and that you're already building, you can still use these modular sidewalk systems with it. So what happens if you want a door? Well, let's add a door. So here we go. Take this, we'll add a door. Let me just grab a door. All right, so here's a example of one of the door panels with a door already in it. This just happens to be one that we have here. We have a few accessories. I'm not going to go over the door kit in this episode. We will actually be doing another video with just about the door kits and the windows. So that will be coming up. So here we have this. We'll go ahead and put that here. And like I said before, it does get a little tricky adding it because this bottom connector is behind the wall piece here. So you have to at least lift it up enough to get this one connected, and then you can drop it back down. So once you get this guy going here, there we go, and then we can go ahead and then seat this guy back down where he's supposed to be. There we go. All right. Probably should have gotten this one on the table to flatten it out a little bit, but we can use our fingers here to straighten these out. This one happens to be a tight one, but there you go with the door. And then you can add yourself another sidewalk piece in front of it, and you have yourself a expanding scene as you go. And again, really the combinations are endless. You can do as many of these or as few of these as you want. The doors are fully operational. They work just fine. Oops, I accidentally popped one of the frames off the back side there. All right, but yeah, so you can go ahead and do that. And there you have it. And again, you could just throw the connector pieces right on here if you wanted to and secure all that in place. But right now I'm just setting it there just to show what it can do. But there you have it. That is the sidewalk system. It's then expandable. You can bring it out as far as you want. You make them double wides. You can really do whatever you want. You can make a whole courtyard out of them. There's really no limit to how much you can do with this. So if you want a big alleyway with, multiple squares of sidewalk, so it's nice, big and wide, or if you want something that's more narrow, a 2U works really good for like a inset. If you want to do something like a recycle bin, that works really well for that. But yeah, so we have all sorts of stuff. You can get things like our mailbox accessory. Go ahead and add that onto it. You can have it right on the sidewalk. This is where making the sidewalk a little bit wider probably makes sense. You have it like it's at the end of a walkway. However you want to do it. These are just other accessory options that we have available, and we're going to have a full accessories pack as well. And some of these accessories will be individually purchasable as well. Our mailboxes actually do open and work. So you actually have the little mail slot and the door. Not that this is about accessories, but I just thought I'd show you since I had it right here. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So this is how the wall system works. And again, you could just continue adding on the other pieces on the top. And here's how the sidewalk system functions together. If you have any other questions or comments, please feel free to drop them in the comments down below. We will be releasing a second version of the sidewalk pack that will give other sizes and other things. I'll show off one of the upcoming pieces. There are some skinny versions of these, so that way you can do smaller ones out by the curb, or if you can have smaller ones up close if you want to do like any type of landscaping, whatever. And these panels actually can be removable on the small ones, so you'll be able to add in lighting and wiring up through the top, or put little bush stems down in here, or however you want to do it, or fill it up with rocks, etc. So we made these a little bit more modular. There's going to be come in different sizes, and And so that'll be another pack that comes out in the future. So when we have all those parts ready to go and fully tested, we will release that video. All right, thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions or if you're interested in this, the descriptions down below will give you all the links where you need to go, or you just go to grafxstore.com, or you can also visit us out on Etsy and Graf-X Industries, where we have all these STLs and products available in both those locations. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a great day.